It has been quite some time since we've had a brand new truck from Sen Racing, a brand new dually from Sen Racing. The first one was the F450. This is the K-forged one. The first one they did was American Force. I converted mine to a drag truck. I also made one into a squatted truck using their high lift kit, and well, as you can imagine, it upset a few people. Then we had the F250. I've made this one into a mud truck, but the stock one, all lit up, awesome wheels, and it looked its best at night. And you non-Ford guys will be happy, because it's not a Ford. In fact, I don't think it's licensed, this one. It just has got the style of a certain truck. Check this out. Now, being from the UK, I'm not too familiar on like trucks from America, but I'm pretty sure that's a mid-60s. Is it a C10? Chevy C10? Not sure how that's pronounced. Is that Sicario? 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 I don't know. But anyway, it's four-wheel drive, solid axle, custom truck, LED lights, Fury tyres, licensed KG1 forged wheels. So similar to this with that KG1. And it's got that awesome long frame with the dually wheels at the back. We'll look at some of the specs in a minute. Now I know there's a lot of people out there that just don't get them and don't understand the purpose of these things. And that's absolutely fine, because the people that buy them understand their purpose, and that's all that matters, isn't it? Quite often I have a little sneak peek at new releases, but I have not looked at this yet. We are sharing the moment together. Oh, I got the blue one. It also comes in a grey. Oh. We'll save that for a minute. This is your usual Sen Racing transmitter. I'd like to see them update it really. Something a little bit smaller and a bit more compact. I mean, it's got all the functions you need on it. It's got steering trim, it's got steering dual rate, throttle trim. But yeah, I'd like to maybe see an updated one. It's just a bit big and bulky for me. Wheel wrench, Allen keys, sticker with your serial number on, electronics instructions, instructions for the transmitter, Sen Racing stickers, instructions for putting the trim and the lights on, instructions changing the gearing round. You've got a slow speed and you've got a fast speed. There's the instructions there. Straight out of the box, it's the slower speed. All the chaos upgrades you can get for these things, there is a lot of them, a lot. A nice instruction manual. Plenty of detailed pictures in there, and some stickers if you want to put them on. I'm going to leave this plain. It's got Sen Racing on the back. I know some of you are going to be annoyed that it's not licensed. Well, they've obviously got the Ford license, but they don't have a Chevy license. So it just looks similar to a Chevy, but it isn't. That is a nice blue. It looks so good. Shame we've not gone to clipless body yet. A lot of people are going to clipless bodies. If we didn't have them posts and pins, just imagine it looked even cleaner. But man, that looks good. That does look really good. Chrome grille, you got lights in there, chrome bumper, chrome wing mirrors. You got the stripe all the way along. You got them big arches at the back with the dualies, chrome bumper on there. Something I have noticed straight away. They've improved the tyres on this one. The older wheels and tyres, you can see the sidewall's not all that big and they were quite stiff, which was a bit of a pain for off-road. I mean, they're open diffs. You can get lockers for them, but they're open diffs out the box. But these ones, look, they are going to be much better for a little bit of off-road. Much, much better. I mean, for some of you, they might not look quite as cool as the big rims with the low profile, but they're definitely going to drive better when you're doing a bit of off-road. Clear windows, no interior unfortunately, but I still prefer clear windows and no interior to stickered windows. So chassis length is still the same. It sits a little bit higher. The linkages there look the same as well. Body off and have a look underneath. That's the other reason I'm not a fan of body pins. Just a little bit more fiddly. I know we've had them for decades, but still. It's 2024. Let's start getting everything clipless. I just noticed actually this one did come with sticker windows. Definitely a bonus. It'd be nice to see actually an interior. I'm sure there'll be some options for 3D printed ones, or you might be able to find some off the shelf ones that fit, but That's good. I'd forgot they were stickered. I'm pretty sure it's all the same underneath. You've got a 550 brush motor there going into that gearbox. That's a OEM Hobbywing ESC. That's a 1040, so 40 amp, 12 kilogram metal geared servo. I think that's OEM Savox. You've got this super long ladder frame chassis. Battery sits up the back there. There's plenty of room for other stuff. You can move this about as well. I had to modify a fair bit on the drag one. I also had to modify the squatted one a little bit as well. Sway bars at the rear there. Same at the front. Nice shiny alloy oil shocks. They feel nice and smooth as well. Very nice. You've got space there for a tow hitch if you want one. 3-link at the rear with a panhard bar. Same setup as the front. That's your steering link there. Like I mentioned, open diffs. You can get lockers for these, so if you wanted to turn it into a bit of a trail truck, you could. It hasn't got a super amount of flex, but you can tune these shocks. You can soften them up and stuff, get a bit more droop in them. And single drive shaft at the front. Rear one split, goes into this like carrier bearing, and then it goes off to the rear. I was just about to put this away, and then I remembered something. I had a massive box of hop-ups for it. It's all that chaos stuff I showed you a little brochure for earlier, but a lot of the stuff was all the colour-coded stuff. So all like the red anodised stuff for the red truck. So I filtered it all out to stuff that wasn't colour coordinated, because I don't think red would go right on a blue truck. But there's lots of stuff on here that I can fit to that. And none of it, and I don't think any of it, it's going to change its performance. Most of it is just like shiny alloy upgrades, like alloy straight axle adapters, metal servo horn, some spiked wheel lugs. Normally I wouldn't upgrade something before I ran it stock out the box, but like I said, none of them are performance enhancing. So I'm going to put all the bling on it, and I'm going to take this out. For me, it's the wrong kind of year for a bit of cruising around the streets, so I'm going to probably go on a nice like autumn trail. There's a little warning label that comes with these studs. There's quite a lot of rules on there. I've already done 3 corners. I'm just doing the last one now. But as soon as I've done the front ones, look how cool they look. As soon as I've done that, I think I stabbed myself about 20 times. They're sharp, really sharp. They come with a little adapter that you put them on, you just slide them in there, and that goes on a 5.5 socket, and then you just wind them in. And they do look really good. You can't see them as much on the rear wheels. Super aggressive. And there it is, all blinged up. That took quite a long time to do. That's all the stuff I changed. And like I said, none of it's really performance enhancing. I mean, the sway bar might be a little bit better. It certainly looks loads better. It's got bearings in there. It's got an actual torsion bar that goes through there, rather than just like a solid beam. New servo horn, and then just loads of nice shiny alloy parts. The front and the rear universals are a good upgrade, especially if you're going to put power through it. It run 2S or 3S. I've put a 3S in, a big 5,000 milliamp hour, because it's got the stock gearing in. It just gives me a little bit more wheel speed. But 2S is probably fine for cruising. Because I'm taking this out on a little trail, I might need the wheel speed. The lights are a great new addition to these. The earlier ones didn't have any lights on them, the F450s. The body could do with some foam under it, stop it rattling around, but it's a simple fix. These 1040 ESCs don't have the best low down throttle control. This would be really good with like a Hobbywing Fusion or something like that, a nice smooth brushless. Looks so good. Now, open diffs. Are we going to be able to get up here? It's actually quite a bit steeper than it probably looks on camera. Going to give it a go though. I think we might be right. It's pretty dry. Oh yeah, no problem. Doesn't have a drag brake on though. I don't know if you can set the ESC to a drag brake, but that's definitely something to think about if you are trailing it. You do not want to end up in the lake. Yeah, there's your issue with open diffs. Get the diff lockers in this and power. Told you I needed wheel speed. This thing will look awesome, slammed to the floor with some big wide rims on it. I just tried this, just nice and steady, and it's got no chance. Bit of speed and power. Ow. I was just about to say this thing would be good at a bit of tractor pulling, and then I remembered I've got one. Although I'm not sure open diffs and carpet is going to be the perfect conditions for it. But we're still going to go and give it a go. This thing's fast on 3S, just the stock gears. I can imagine it'd be a little bit uncontrollable with the speed gears in. I just spent a very long time jumping this thing over all the molehills. I got some awesome shots of it. If you're still struggling to work out what this is for, it's probably safe to say it's not for you. This is going to be really easy with this. There's no weight in it at all. It's on carpet. I'll put some weight in there in a minute, but easy. I've started the weight right at the front, or close enough. Twisting the chassis a little bit now. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I won't lift that front wheel. Ooh, something smells. Is that the motor? Definitely an electrical burning smell coming from somewhere. If the thumbnail's got a picture with one wheel hooked up like that, pulling that along, I apologise. Didn't really happen. Scratch that, I've managed to get it to do it. Just soften that rear corner up, tighten this one up, and put it on the tow hitch rather than the rear axle. Yeah. Well, if I don't use that thumbnail, I've just smoked the motor for no reason. Oh, that stinks. It looked good though, hopefully. Trail truck, cruiser, hauler, drift truck, drag truck, squatted truck, lowrider. This could be whatever you want it to be.